So for my short documentary project, I was originally going to do my top 10 favorite albums of all time, which I did, and it took way too much time to edit, and it came out at about 14 minutes long, but I'm really happy with how it turned out, so it's on YouTube, and I think I'm going to use that for my final project instead. And so instead, I am going to do a little bit of a shorter narrative on one of my favorite songs of all time, Tenerife by Ed Sheeran, and I'm going to talk about why I think it's a conspiracy a little bit, and I think the song's secretly written about Taylor Swift. And I don't think a lot of people know this, but there's a lot of evidence that would suggest it. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
And then there's this beautiful song called Tenerife Sea. I've never been able to write love songs the way that Ed does. He writes the sweetest, most intimate, tender love songs that are so open, and I've never been able to be happy and write songs about being happy. And he does it so well. So that song, I think, is the most envious I've ever been with his music. Just like, how do you channel that so easily? You're so happy and you're translating it so well.
So the main evidence that supports this theory is that the initials of the song, Tenerife, TS, are the same initials as Taylor Swift's name, which is kind of weird, but when you get into the lyrics, the lyrics are all about a tall, blue-eyed girl. There's lyrics about your silhouette over me, the way it brings out the blue in your eyes. Taylor's a pretty tall girl, and she also has blue eyes. The song ends with the line, "And in the moment I knew you better." This is by far the most compelling piece of evidence to me, as in early live versions of the song, Ed can be seen singing, "And in the moment I knew you best." This is a not-so-subtle nod to Taylor Swift's album Red, in which there's a song called Everything Has Changed, which features Sheeran, and the hook recites, "I just wanna know you better know, you better know, you better know." It's clear that Sheeran knew what he was doing when he wrote this, and I don't think it's any coincidence it didn't make the final cut of the song, as it was too obvious. About the song, Ed has been quoted saying, "I was in a situation at the Grammys, and everything was kind of happening all at once, and there was a lot of people around, and they were just talking a lot of shit. And I found that the only sense that was coming out of anyone's lips was from this one person, and I wrote a song about it." He was with Taylor Swift the entire night, as proven on Twitter. Her and Elton John and him were all in the dressing room for hours. It's also worth noting that Swift is known for her favorite number being 13, and on the 13th line of the song there is the lyrics, "I'm so in love, so in love, so in love, so in love," which is 13 words. Now, I think this might be kind of a stretch, but it's something fans have pointed out, and I think it's worth noting.